What's up, everybody?
What's happening, family?
And welcome back to another episode of
Is This Gonna Cause an Argument?
My name is Angel Lakita Moore Tanksley, also known as that chick that got 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, also known as ThatChickAngel. And I am one of the hosts of this podcast, along with my husband and co-host. Tell them who you are, honey.
I am the other host of Is This Gonna Cause an Argument, Marcus Anthony Tanksley the First.
Yeah,
also
you
known
are.
as Marcus Saint on the gram, also known as Marcus Saint on the book, also known as Tank of Tanks Riders.
Hey.
What's happening, Riders? How y'all doing?
Gang, 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 gang.
Peel out. Pull up and peel out.
Pull up, peel out. Here we go.
Do it again and then repeat.
So if this is your first time tuning into this podcast, this is a weekly podcast. We upload every single Wednesday to, brighten your day, make you laugh, possibly cause an argument in your own home. Because what me and my husband talk about, we don't always see eye to eye. And we are okay to fight it out. Knuckle to knuckle. Fist to fist.
I'll kick you butt.
Yell to yell. Regardless.
What?
Yell to yell.
Okay.
Oh, see, you thought you caught me in something. Nope.
Yeah, you almost had a nosebleed trying to say it.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you yell.
Yell to yell. That's what I'm giving it that stank. You don't know nothing about that.
Right.
Okay? So, regardless, we cover whatever we feel like, and we give our honest perspective on it. Well, the perspective that also hopefully won't get us canceled. We have 3 sponsors of this episode, and we are so grateful for our sponsors. Our sponsors are able to make this podcast happen.
Absolutely.
And those 3 sponsors are, who are they, baby?
They are BetterHelp, Kencko, and Apostrophe.
And Apostrophe. We will give you the information on them sometime during the podcast. But even over our sponsors, we have our immediate family in the building.
Absolutely.
Watching us right now.
Right now, they calling me heifers. They putting up car signs all up in the feed. Go on, let them know who it is.
Oh, they putting it up in the feed already? Did they do it already? Pop, pop, pop. Look at that. That's like a Corolla.
Nah,
Toyota Corolla.
Worse, that look like a Prius. Tiffany, don't you put that car up no more.
Our Patreon members, and we're actually, not only are we celebrating the fact that ThatChickAngel TV, where you can view this podcast, hit 100,000 subscribers, we're also celebrating, this is the year anniversary of us starting our Patreon.
Yeah.
And
it is, ain't it?
Yeah.
I'll be there.
And we so appreciate these people. That's why we call them our family. They're my angel wings. They are Tanks Riders and Heifers. They are the people that we get to make live content with. They help us in so many ways, and we hope we entertain them in so many ways. So shout out to them. I want to also give a special shout out to our moderators, Shantae, Carmen, who also will have a podcast coming out, Retha, who also will be having a podcast coming out, Erica, who just had a baby, banger, and Shay, Shiggity, all right, the quiet storm, but will cut somebody. See, don't let the cute face fool you. She'll cut people out here in these streets.
That's what we got in common. Quiet, we cut people. We quietly cut people, and we got cute in the face.
Cute in the face. There
like
you go.
Little baby dolls in the face. Look at us.
Yeah. Oh, it's actually our moderator Retha's birthday. Happy birthday,
Happy birthday,
love.
Retha.
So yeah, we have a lot of love that flows between our Patreon and us. So if you are looking for a community where you can get hilarious entertainment and also kind of have more access to us to be able to talk to us more, join it at www.patreon.com/ThatChickAngel. All right. That felt good. That felt like a great opening.
Did it?
Yeah.
It was.
So what do we want to do? This is a tricky one today. So we start our podcast off with one of 2 segments. Either In My Feelings
or Tanksley Pride. We're going with Tanksley Pride, y'all.
Well, jump into it, babe.
Mother Pride.
Tanksley Pride is a segment we do highlighting our 4 sons. We have an 11-year-old, 6-year-old twins, and a soon-to-be 2-year-old. And
soon to be sold.
We call them Tanksley Pride because that is also their Instagram name. So you can follow them on Instagram at Tanksley Pride. I don't upload there often, but when I do, it's always worth seeing. So, what is your Tanksley pride story today, sir? Don't be giving us no vagueness, because you love to give a vague.
My boys.
They just grow in.
Nah,
I see myself.
Because it did catch me off guard every time. Even when I got time to think. One of my stuff is I see actually in all of them except for Amar, he don't have it at all. But I see the sensitive part that comes from me. In them, and I don't know who I got it from.
You don't think you got it from your daddy?
I never saw it.
He probably knew how to hit it. That's like your kids probably don't think you have a sense. They'll be like, what?
But as much as energetic as they are, and as many times as you have to tell them to do something, you think they just don't care what I say. As soon as you snap in and be like, hey, I see them fighting back tears every single time.
Tell them about what you did to my baby Kai.
I just did it again.
You just hurt his feelings again?
Look. All right, so we went to this thing called, what was it called? Sugar Rush?
Sugar Rush Ride, yeah.
Sugar Rush Ride. Don't waste your money.
They enjoyed it.
Yeah, they did enjoy it. It was basically this thing that they set up in a parking lot beside one of the malls out here in the valley in California. And it's basically just a bunch of lights set up. Like you could walk through, and it was a candy theme, of course, so everything looked like massive. It was almost like a Dorothy in Wonderland. Everything was like on a big scale. They had cotton candy horses and big lollipops, and everything was lit up. It was at night. That was when you should go at night because you can see all the lights. They had people running around acting like characters. So it was like very kid friendly, and that's what it was there for. So we were leaving, they had these toys. Of course, there's people out front that has nothing to do with the establishment selling these toys that they went down to the garment district and bought for 75 cents. They sell them for $35. So, of course, that's how they get the kids. It's like, hey, they making all this noise and they lit up. So it's like, all right, everybody gets. So they picked out what they wanted. We got it. So Kai, of course, got a sword. That's what he gets. If they had a sword or a gun, that's what he would have got. Marcus got a sword, and Sai got this little thing that spins and it changes colors and it's real loud. So we get home, and then yesterday, of course, they got these. So this is all what, Sunday?
Yeah, we did it on Sunday.
Mm-hmm. So yesterday they were sitting there, Sai's playing with his, and then Kai wanted to play with it. And then Kai was playing with it. I thought they were sharing. I was really ignoring them. And then Kai started playing with it and wasn't giving it back to Sai. And this is exactly how I said it. I said, Kai, that size. If you want to play with it, you have to ask him. Okay? He said, okay. And he starts blinking. He just does a lot of blinking with this look on his face. The blinking is him holding back tears. Mm-hmm. Just by me saying, hey, Kai, that belongs to Sai, you have to ask him to play with it. Ended his world. Like his boy
he was so done with
devastated.
He was just like,
yeah.
Yeah.
This will be talking to him calmly. Yeah. This light is too bright.
Oh, I turned it down. Sorry, guys.
Y'all, it's making my eyes run. I can't see nothing.
There you go.
Yeah, let my eyes adjust. So then,
wait a minute. I just want you to know, because I didn't know. Okay. You said Dorothy in Wonderland instead of Alice.
Dorothy, hold on. Who's Dorothy?
She's the Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz?
Yes.
And Allison in Wonderland. Oh, okay.
Alice, not Allison.
Alice in Wonderland. See, that's why we call them heifers for anybody tuning in for that first time. You didn't know that either, did you?
I didn't hear you. I did not hear you.
You know what I meant, punk heifers. Anyway, so he was devastated. He was done. So Angel was like, look at him. You heard this film? I'm like, I just told him he had to ask. So then I called him back over. I'm like, Kai, the same way you have to ask Sai to play with his toy, if he wanted to play with your sword, he would have to ask you too. He's like, oh, okay. He goes into the other room. I'm like, I'm just going to have to let him have his moment. So finally, Angel's like, what's wrong, Kai? He was like, I can't find my sword. It's like, it's in your room. Okay. He goes in the room and finds it. But then this morning, I walk in the room. I'm like, I hear a whole lot of laughing and talking between them. You know, they're all in the classroom. They're supposed to be in school. I even hear Marcus. So I walk in there and I'm like, what are y'all in here talking about? They're like, we're in class. I'm like, but y'all talking to each other. So stop and pay attention. Mm-hmm. Kat looking at me and blinking. Just looking at me and blinking. I'm like, boy, I ain't said nothing to you.
You can't take it.
You can't take it. But Sai does it too. Sai, he keeps this, when you correct him, he keeps this slight smirk on his face as if he's smiling. So like when you corrected him, it's just like, oh, you think I won't air this out? But I know that's him. That slight smirk is him holding back tears.
That's little Marcus.
No, a side.
Oh, side. Oh yeah, side will go to see me like an a-hole until he breaks.
Yeah, he'll just keep smiling and okay, but that's him holding back.
Yeah,
I can't say nothing to these now. I remember being like, it not. I don't know if I was sensitive, but I guess I didn't show it as quick as they did. As quick as they did. Because I'm like, y'all will cry at the drop of a dime.
Because you hurt their feelings.
I ain't hurting their feelings.
Yes,
They hurting my feelings. They should do it the first time.
They don't know they're hurting your feelings. Okay?
They ain't hurting my feelings, actually. I just get annoyed.
Okay,
do it first
you're
time.
hurting their feelings. They don't
care
understand.
About look, ain't nobody care about my feelings.
What does that have to do?
That means I don't give a damn about that.
No,
they need to do what I say. When I say, Daddy has spoken, my word is law. Hey, stop. I'm talking to you right now. You too. Everybody that falls under this umbrella of me. You hear?
You keep on and I'll be the rain. Well.
Yeah, you can't hurt no umbrella.
My Tanksley Pride story has to do with the one we haven't spoken of. Our third co-host, Amar. Who is being taken care of by the babysitter. Yesterday, this boy had us in tears. So, the twins have ruined one of their rolling office chairs that I got them for their desk. They ripped the top off. So, one of the twins is actually sitting on a couch with his desk pulled up to the couch to study. And that broken chair is just randomly in the classroom.
Yeah.
Well, Amar, being the guy he is, went and got the chair. He pushed the chair up to the front door, the door that leads you out of our house, got onto the chair, and commences to try to unlock the deadbolt on the door, right? He's standing on the chair. We see him because we're in the living room looking at him. And so his daddy goes, get down. So Amar, being rarely obedient,
being the slumlord,
but he was like, okay, I'll be obedient. He goes from standing to kneeling in the chair. He's like, yeah, I can still reach it.
I can get down here. I'm down. There you go.
There you go. And then we're like, get down. So he Amar does this like little smirk of, he's like, you don't know if I'm actually going to listen to you or not. This is all a gamble for you. You don't know what you're doing. Yeah. It's just always like, and it's a flat smile smirk. Like,
it's almost like he's saying, you're correcting me. It's cute.
Yeah, that's cute. That's funny. You think it's going to mean something. So he gets out of the chair and then begins to try to like spin the chair. Now the chair, as I said, it doesn't have the cushion back to it, but it still has the post that the cushion would attach to. He spins it around. The post smacks him in the face. And he like shakes his head like, oh, that was more than what I had expected.
Too much.
Well, you don't know this. After you left for work.
No, he ain't even done with that whole segment.
Oh, yeah.
He then rolls the chair over behind the couch where Angel's sitting, crawls up in the chair. It's a rolling chair with wheels, and stands up in it.
Right. He's standing
with
up
this smirk. With this smirk on his face, looking down like, I just conquered this.
Right.
Then proceeds to jump over the back of the couch onto the cushion.
So you know when you jump with a rolling chair,
it moves.
Yes. So the chair shoots back into the den down the steps. And he's now on the couch. So now the chair's in the den. You've left for work. Amar stands the chair back up, pushes it over to the garage door. He's like, these people think I won't run away. They're confused.
They think I won't air this out.
Right. He's sitting there just trying to unlock it. Eventually, we have to put the chair in the garage and lock the door because he is trying to escape. Even with our kitchen door, he now knows how to unlock it and open it. So we have to put the bar that usually is there to keep him.
And he figured that out a long time ago, though.
And now,
so in their bedroom, is that what you about to say? So the boys' bedroom, to keep him from going in there and climbing up on the bunk beds, we put a childproof thing on the door, so you can't pull the handle down to get in. You have to push it up. He's now tall enough to push it up, and he's figured that out.
He's like, just
so
go
he was
in.
going to pull, and I was like, oh, he can't get in there. He looked back at us, literally made eye contact with us while he pushed it up, and then walked into the room.
He really, I'm telling you, he has no fear. And you know what? You shouldn't have any fear either when it comes to getting beautiful skin. You like that transition, huh? It's not one of my best. No, I want to tell you all about our first sponsor. It's a sponsor that I've talked about many a times, and that is Apostrophe. Now, we all know prescriptive skincare can be a hassle to get, especially during this day and age. As read any good news on the newspaper page. I digress, sorry. You have to make the appointment. You have to then go into the office. And then you have to go get your medication. I even, not for my skin, I just had to make an appointment for my alopecia to get an injection. And that already was just like too much. I had to call, leave a message, get called back, then deal with what schedule they had that would work with my schedule. It was a lot. So imagine having to do that just so you can get your skin where you want it to be, your skincare goals. Well, that is what makes Apostrophe so amazing. It makes it easy to see a board certified dermatologist online. You'll get treated immediately, and your medication will be delivered to your home. All you have to do is fill out Apostrophe's online questionnaire about your skincare concerns or your skin concerns and medical history. Then snap a few selfies, and your dermatologist will get back to you with a customized treatment plan tailored just for you. The best part about Apostrophe is that they offer topical and oral medication, so you can treat your acne from the inside out and the outside in. Apostrophe treats acne. They can also help you hit your other skincare goals. If you have dark spots after a breakout, that's called post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. And Apostrophe has prescriptive medications that's the most effective and fastest way to get rid of your dark spots. I literally popped a pimple on my chin. If you're watching this on YouTube, and it's about to be a dark spot. I popped it yesterday.
I saw that. I said, what's that thing on your chin? Got something on his chin.
Shut up. I popped it yesterday, and I was like, oh, I shouldn't have did that, because I know I'm going to get a dark spot. But I don't have to worry about it because I have Apostrophe, and I know that they can give me a plan to help treat my dark spots. And I know, listen, mostly adults listen to us, and it can be very frustrating when you get adult acne. So I just know that this is not something that people take lightly, because we thought we left those things back in our teenage years. Listen, no, people are dealing with it today, but you don't have to deal with it alone. You can get Apostrophe. So this is what we want you to do. Get $15 off your first visit with a board certified dermatologist at apostrophe.com/isthis. And use our code ISTHIS. This code is only available to our listeners, okay? Is this going to cause an argument? Listeners. To get started, just go to apostrophe.com/isthis. And click begin visit. Then use the code ISTHIS. And sign up, and you'll get $15 off your dermatology visit. That's apostrophe.com/isthis. And use the code ISTHIS. To get your dermatological. No, I'm adding. Well, no, that's a real word. It just says dermatology, though. Visit for $15 off. And we thank Apostrophe for sponsoring the podcast.
Would it be like a dermatological exam? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to say it's a real word. It's not what it said on the thing. But anyways, our kids are a whole mess is the long of the short of it. Now, to the topic at hand. What we wanted to talk about was next steps and I guess what makes up kind of perseverance. So this is where, let me kind of get you all on the path of how this became the topic for the day. Of course, as you all know, I brought it up at the beginning of the podcast. I finally hit 100,000 subscribers. Now, for those of you all who don't know, I started this channel back in 2009.
Yeah.
So when you do the math, and I actually think I'm about to come up on that anniversary. Let me actually look. This might be my actual 12-year anniversary might be coming up. When you do the math, I grew by almost just 1,000 a year.
Yeah.
Is that 1,000 a year? Yeah, 10,000 a year. 10,000 a year.
Yeah.
I grew by 10,000 a year.
I was trying to remember what you was trying to calculate it by, but yes.
I grew by 10,000 a year, which I'm sorry to say is very slow. Like, I'm grateful, please believe. So I don't want anybody to think, oh, you know, there are people who have been working longer and harder. Okay, no. So just FYI, just so you all know, so I can celebrate it too. My 12-year anniversary is on May 17th. So many a time I wanted to give up. Jessica Grant said 8,333 a year. That's even worse. Very, very slow growth. And I'm not gonna lie, it was not easy seeing it to this point. And truly, this was my goal. Like, there are people who their goal is 1 million, and maybe that might be why it took me so long, because I was putting too small of a cap on what was capable. But I just wanted to hit 100,000 subscribers. Just, you know.
Right.
I just felt like I would hear people at conferences, because I've been to several creators conferences where they're like, so we started our YouTube channel 3 months ago. We just hit 300,000 subscribers. And so we're venturing into, pushing to 1 million by the next 3 or 4 months. And I'm like...
It's certain things that I watch. Some things I just randomly watch that I might be into, and I'll look, and now that I'm in this, in this bubble, in this influencer thing, I will go to their page and look to see how many subscribers. I'm like, how do you have 80,000 subscribers and this is what you're doing? And then I'll go to their video, the rest of their videos, I'm like, and this is the only video that I would ever watch on your channel. How? Like, there's no consistency. Like, what? We still have yet to discover that secret.
Well, no, my thing is that one thing I know has always been, an Achilles heel for me was my consistency. That I knew was an issue. It was a thing of me not understanding. Well, I understood, but me not being able to figure out how to not let myself down when it came to content. How to really push. And it wasn't like I was being lazy. Marcus and I, you'll see in today's vlog that's going to go up, and by today I mean Tuesday when we're filming this. We went to celebrate me hitting 100,000, and in the car Marcus was asking me some questions, which I didn't tell you. I really appreciated you with the conversation starters. That was very nice. Usually you know, unless something is strongly on your mind that correlates to you, you'd rather just
ride.
Just
riding for a reason.
So Marcus was asking me, like, okay, so tell me who convinced you to start your channel, and like why, like asking me things that, you know, I know he knows, but possibly has never actually just heard it in depth. So I was telling him how, you know, I got pregnant with little Marcus. Brescia was like, girl, you should start a mommy blog. And I was like, it would have to be video format because I have no desire to write. And she was like, yeah, just do it that way. And initially we were trying to put the content just up on the website. My blog was called Accepting the Unexpected. However, the digital size of the videos was weighing down my website. So like if you were to go to a page, it would take forever for it to load because it's loading this hefty file. And we were afraid to use YouTube because Brescia and her best friend Victor, who was helping me out at the time, thought that YouTube would own my content. But I researched it, I found out it didn't, and I was like, well, yeah, we could just put the content up on here. So the first video I put up was me pregnant dancing to Beyonce's Single Ladies at a walkathon. And then I started posting my blog stuff there. Well, then after I had the baby, my husband was adamant, and I agreed I wasn't as adamant as him, but he didn't want to show our son online. It was just like, I mean, social media had already existed. Black Planet, MySpace had already existed and fizzled out by the time we had little Marcus.
Yeah.
But still, the way people share their life now on social media was not really a thing yet. So I had to pivot early on and decide, okay, well, since I can't show my son, what content will I make? And that's when I pivoted to, I was like obsessed with all the housewife shows. I watched all of them because I was a stay-at-home mom. I was working for my mother at the time, but I was still at home with the baby. And I was watching Basketball Wives, Real Housewives of New Jersey, Orange County, Atlanta, wherever the heck they were, I was there watching it. So I was doing reviews. Whoo, and those were difficult. Marcus was definitely, he was nowhere near a part of the channel at the time. At the time, he was nowhere near a part of the channel. And I remember having to stay up to watch these shows, especially the Basketball Wives, then try to hurry up, film, and edit a review. Not only just film and edit, be funny. Like, because it wasn't about me just telling the show again. It was about me finding like little jokes in it to tell. I would have a green screen. I was adding, because it was so much. And that I couldn't sustain because I was having to get up with the baby. I didn't know. It was so hard. Do you remember that time? Do you remember me doing content at that time?
Yeah.
What were you thinking?
You done lost your mind.
Really?
Yeah. I was thinking, I was like looking at it like Angel being busy, Angel, the way Angel knows how to be busy.
Really? Yeah, you never said that. You definitely never said that. But you also were never involved in it.
Yeah, that was like you running around doing a whole bunch of stuff that I always lived by the premise, and then I didn't see it. I didn't see it actually till maybe a couple years ago. I was like, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. And that Angel did used to run around do a lot of stuff that's like, why are you doing this? It's not going to amount to anything. But the social media stuff fell under that category. Mm-hmm. Because Angel would run around like crazy and do a whole bunch of favors for people and doing all this extra stuff and sang with blues bands and plays. And I'm like, none of this stuff amounts to making that. Angel actually had a job that I'm pretty sure she was actually paying to have this job.
No.
Angel was driving clear across town to deliver food.
Yes.
Bought lunch.
No, they gave me my
meal. I'm sorry, they gave her meal.
I got a free meal and a free drink.
Free drink. Just to drive all the way back and to deliver food, by the way. So she's running around, using up her gas. And how much was the job paying? I
got paid in tips, and then
like I said,
and I had an hourly.
Angel was paying to have this job.
No, I had tips and hourly.
And I'm like, why? But it's like Angel, she has her mindset. She gonna do what she gonna do. She's just like her mom. Just like her mom, she's gonna do what she gonna do, and there ain't no point in trying to talk to her about it. So I'm like, and I always say, like, you ain't gonna help me with this, it ain't gonna make me nothing, it ain't gonna make you nothing. No, I don't want nothing to do with it. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
So yes, he was not a part of it, and nor was I trying to have him be a part. It was literally an outlet for me, but it was so hard. I couldn't figure out how to sustain it. I was creating this stuff I knew was funny, and I would basically post it on my YouTube and then put the link up on my Facebook. And I didn't even have a Facebook like professional page. I was posting it on the one that family members be like getting updates on. So I didn't know. And then I went to an audition for looking for moms to host a digital talk show. And my audition went great because I hadn't done hosting yet, but I had a feeling. I was like, I think I would be good at hosting. I really do. I think I have the knack for it. Let me give it a whirl. So I have my first audition, and they had us do a couple of panels. That you can tell they were going for diversity. They had a little bit of everything. It's like, okay, in this panel, Asian, Latina, Black, white, let's talk. So, I'm being my funny self, still not realizing that my funny was something unique or special. Because me being funny, just like you being funny, has probably been something that has come natural to you all your life.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah, but like I didn't see it. I thought everybody had that part. It's just some people just don't let it show. That's what my assumption was. So audition went great. Heard back from them, but nothing happened. I think maybe a year later, they finally called me and they're like, hey, so we're going to do the show. And I was worried because I was still like doing acting and stuff. We want you to be a revolving host though. And I was like, okay. Like I was a little bit like upset, like revolving. Why am I not like the host? This is how I met the women of the Mom's View. And if you all don't know, the Mom's View is very white. Nothing wrong.
With 2 H's and 5 W's.
Nothing wrong because they're all white women. But it was like super duper white. And the women of the show really, they themselves no longer wanted the show to be, even though they're not the same 3 white women, but they still grew up the same way. So they knew that their perspective on life was very narrow between the 3 of them, as far as in you weren't going to get a lot of variety. So they added me as a revolving host along with, and they added my girlfriend Sharzad as a permanent host, as the actual host of the show. And that's when I found out I had been bamboozled. Run amok. Okay? Because that's when I started asking these women. Now, mind you, amongst them, the head honcho, the queen bee as I call her, my girlfriend Colette, her family channel had over 1 million. They were like at like 2 million, 3 million, 4 million subscribers. Then the other 2 had close to 1 million. Right? Sharzad, she hadn't hit 100,000 yet, but like Sharzad had just started, I think, that year doing YouTube. She started that year.
Just under 100,000 in August.
I think I was already 4 or 5 years into the game, right? And so I'm asking them, so what y'all do for a living? Like, what is this? What y'all do? They were like, YouTube. And I was like, no, but like
what do you actually do to like
how do you get money? How does money go into your account?
How you driving this Jaguar helicopter?
Yeah, how's
flown in every morning?
How's that happen? And they're like, YouTube. I just want y'all to know I was so perplexed for so long because that was not even a thing in the world of me creating content. Not one time did I realize people who were posting things on YouTube were getting paid. And I was like, y'all gotta explain this to me. I'm definitely not understanding. So slowly but surely, this is what Maker Studios, they eventually were like, hey, we would love to sign your channel. And I was like, okay, is this where the money is?
Yeah, Angel was hyped. She was excited. Like, yes,
what? Channel. And all the bigger channels had production deals. So I was like, oh my God, people are going to start shooting my stuff. I ain't got to stay up, editing my stuff, putting up green screens.
We were riding the cloud.
Hey,
just by the news. But we have more news for you. And that is from our second sponsor, Kencko. Okay, you guys, listen. I know for me, when life gets hella stressful, when life is like too much for me, it can be hard for me to get in the things that I would like to eat that fuel my body in a good way. Like wanting to be able to get in enough vegetables, wanting to be able to get in, just the fiber that I want in my life. It's hard. You be grabbing processed food instead of the things that you should have put in your body. Well, that is why Kencko
is the product for you and me. Kencko makes seriously nutritious smoothies for seriously busy people. Y'all already know how my schedule be. Y'all already know. I'm not one to have a lot of free time to just be like, okay, let's chop together some vegetables and grill them on the grill and saute them and a little bit of extra virgin. I don't have time for that. So when we were introduced to Kencko's, and I was like, okay, let me try it. They gave me a little cup, a little tumbler that had a blender type of thing in there. The instruction would like add this much water, or if you want to do like a milk, like an almond milk, and then choose from one of the blends. So the first one I remember trying it's called the reds. So they have like the golds, the reds, the greens. So I poured the reds in, and it had like on the packet like some of the fruits and vegetables that you'll catch in it, like strawberries and raspberries, or like spinach, oranges. So I take it in, I put it in there, and I shake it. I drank it, and when I tell y'all this thing was so goddamn good, I was smacking my lips. It is like the simplest way, if you're on the go, to be able to have like an easy breakfast smoothie where you're getting organic whole fruits and vegetables. They're flash frozen, slow dried to lock in all the fiber and nutrients, and nothing added and no fiber taken out. And that is the difference between something like a fresh press juices, because excuse me, fresh press, you're losing a lot of fiber, and then it's the sugar is like, it becomes like a sugar packed calorie bomb, because you need the fiber in order for your body to be able to process the fructose that's in fruit. So if you remove the fiber by drinking one of these fresh press juices, your body is not able to process it correctly because you didn't took the fiber out. It needs it to process the fructose. So what you end up doing is you go to Kencko.com and take their quick nutrition quiz and fill out your flexible monthly order with your choice of 15 functional flavors that match your goals and tastes, which is also great because, listen, I'm not going to have nothing that tastes nasty, okay? Both got to work together for the good. Each Kencko smoothie costs less than $3 and packs half the daily fruits and vegetables you need to reduce the risk of type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and some cancers. So, I use Kencko, and you should too. So this is what I want you to do. Start creating healthy habits right now. Go to Kencko.com/argue and pick your flexible monthly plan. And the first 100 listeners get 25% off your first order. That's Kencko.com/argue and get 25% off, but only if you're one of the first 100 listeners. You love this show. We love you. So get this special deal. 25% off for the first 100 listeners at Kencko.com/argue.
Argue.
All right. Somebody asked about the texture. They're smooth. It's smooth. It's probably smoother than it's the same texture as a smoothie. The way they the way the powder, the granules in the powder, when it hits the water, it gives you like the fluffy smoothie blend. But I get it, because textures ain't something that I want to be dealing with. That's not. No, it definitely feels like a smoothie. I'm amazed. I'll be honest. Okay.
Yeah, Angel be sucking the blood vessels out of her tongue and the roof of her mouth.
So yeah, no. Picking up with the story, no production help because my channel was too small.
Yeah.
So guess who's still on the struggle bus?
Yeah.
This gal
as y'all
right
know,
here.
like the Angel said, she ain't got no time to do all that extra stuff. She
Don't.
ain't got no type of spare moment. She ain't got nothing, no room or buffer for anything. Not even a puppy that she wanted. But she has no spare time whatsoever. Go ahead.
You had spare
That's
time.
in my feelings. That's what
You
got me in
had
my
spare
feelings.
time and didn't want to help me.
That's what's got me in my feelings. But go ahead.
Your spare time was where? Tell them where
talking
you were
about?
at during all this.
I was at the gym getting healthy.
He was at the gym while I was over here trying to build an empire.
You didn't know you was trying to build no empire?
Yes, I did.
You didn't?
Yes, I did. My spirit man knew.
Yeah, you
My
didn't.
carnal man
Angel didn't know.
My spirit man.
Your spirit man
What
did.
was your spirit man knowing?
These gems. Out here trying not to leave California.
So they kept saying, Angel, you should vlog. Angel, you should vlog. And I did not know what that meant. I was thinking, I'm turning on the camera and talking to it. Ain't that a vlog? I'm putting it on a tripod and I'm talking to it. And then I would see, like, because this is the thing. I wasn't going to YouTube to watch vlogs. Marcus doesn't go to YouTube to watch vlogs. That's the reason why I didn't know it existed. I knew hair tutorials. I knew makeup tutorials. I knew DIYs. Marcus knew cars. Marcus knew guns. I just knew how-tos, but none about no vlog. So I was just like, what do you all mean? A vlog? What are you talking about? I remember one of the first videos Marcus did with me was husband tag. Mm-hmm. That's actually where this podcast got its name. I was like, I'm going to ask you some questions.
Yeah, there was this whole trend that everybody was doing is basically the husband or wife would sit down and ask the other questions and they would answer honestly. So I sat down, I didn't know what it was, and I'm like, what she got me about to do? Like, oh, it's for my vlog. I'm like, oh God. So as soon as I sat down, I said, is this going to cause an argument?
That was on
That was
camera.
like literally my first question.
He was all swole because he had been at the gym.
Neck was thick, y'all.
So
beard was thin.
One of our day ones, when we said we were coming out with a podcast, remembered him saying that and was like, name it, is this going to cause an argument? And we were like, even though the title was long, it was so funny and catchy. We were like, yeah. So that was like one of the few times I was able to get him on the channel. Also, you remember at one point in time I was doing, I know I can't help it, I was doing sketches. You remember those?
She did sketches of the Real Housewives.
I did also the sketches. You remember the one with you and Madison?
Yeah.
Where we would tell a story.
Yeah, we would tell a story, and basically we had to act it out the way she had to act it out the way I remembered it, and vice versa.
Yeah.
We're gonna bring those back because those was hilarious.
Were they really hilarious?
Yeah.
And that's the thing about Marcus. He will be reluctant, but if something starts to seem funny, then he's on board. Then he's like,
I'm all in. Here's the thing, y'all.
Tell him here's the thing. Tell him.
This is the thing. This is coming, like, the reason I be reluctant, and some of y'all may know, like I said, Angel be busy. I don't wish to be that busy if I don't see it end all. I don't just do stuff just to be doing it just because it's something to do. So when Angel brings this stuff to me, I like, my memory automatically goes back like, okay, this is the same woman that was paying to deliver food. Mm-hmm. This is the same woman.
I wasn't paying to deliver food. Stop putting that narrative out there.
It's the same woman that she took up jewelry making for a long period of time.
I did, y'all. I had some dope jewelry.
She was making jewelry. It's like, I don't know if y'all watch King of Queens, but at one point in time, Deborah was making phone cases. And I'm like, so, and not even on her. This is what that Hollywood career be doing to people. It's like, that's why people be losing their minds, because all they want to do is work. So when you don't, you have to fill it in with something.
Yeah.
This is how I got Angel to start selling soap. Because I saw.
I can't.
Yeah, it's like, so when she comes to me with these things, I'm like, what is this? No, I don't want to do it. But if she brings me into it, I will be very reluctant. But if I find an avenue to where I enjoy it, I'm like, all right, let's just go in and do it then. I'm here. We here.
We here. You have to understand, the creativity has to come out of me.
Heckle or hell, somebody just brought that up.
Heckle or hell, god dang.
Full on production. We had camera people, lighting.
We did. We have crap.
Producers.
But that's what, like, that in order to be that person that comes up with that stuff, the stuff is constantly pouring out of you. So you kind of.
But then again, get your hand off your chin. Is it bleeding?
I don't know.
Don't touch yourself, because then you're going to get it infected because your hands ain't clean. All right, I have spoken. My word is law.
I'm going to hurt him. Go ahead.
But like now, if she comes up with these random things, now I understand the avenue. Then I don't even know if she knew the avenue. It was just like, oh, we gonna do this. And I'm like, are we though? Are we gonna do this?
But
like, heck or hell, I was in from the jump.
Because I gave you a hilarious character.
Yeah, hilarious character. Everybody going in. She said you could do whatever you want to with this character. I was like, oh, you ain't never told me nothing.
That was the first time he shaved his beard for me.
Yeah. I was going to say, can I even see it? I shaved the entire middle section, all the chin hair off my beard, and just left the sides.
Yep, just left the sides. It was worth it. You were hilarious. I made you the star. See, that's what happened.
You made me the star. See, when I was up there and I saw everybody, I decided to play it calm because everybody else was loud characters. No. So I said, let me be the calm, laid back.
No, I made you the star because that's what happens when you sleep with the director.
Yeah, I get 18 views off of a sketch.
No, you got an IMDb credits and everything. That's what I learned, that you can't just be using other people's music in your stuff. I was like, yeah, we're going to just use I Was Born by the River. I was born by the river.
Yeah. They
like,
said, we will sue you.
They were like, Sam Cooke is not about to have this right here. But I, you were so good in it. I wanted to be able to get these ideas out. But what I realized was that sketches were too hard for me to produce. Too hard for me to produce consistently.
The quality level of sketches that Angel wanted to produce is too hard.
I don't know if it was about the quality level. It was about more so they weren't simple sketches. They were like, okay, and then we show a thing.
The complexity, because
more than different, more than quality.
Yeah, because there's people then to this day and then that were producing sketches a lot more simple, extremely simple compared to what we saw that a sketch should be.
Right. So
even the sketches we do now don't take half the stuff that we were trying to do then.
Yeah. Well, no, I had to realize. And listen, let me tell you, this is the story. Jesus, the perseverance of it all. Realizing that I couldn't keep up with the sketches, I had to figure out what it was going to be, and that is why I started to go so hard in the vlogging world, because it was lower production energy that needed to be given. I could easily just be like, pick up the camera, talk to it, and then just jump cut. But I'm going to jump to our final sponsor of this episode, and that is BetterHelp. Now, you guys know we've talked about BetterHelp several times, and we are glad that they sponsored this podcast, but more so we're glad that they exist. For those of you all that are feeling like something is interfering with your happiness, or something is preventing you from achieving your goals, kind of like the topic that we're talking about today, there are professionals that can help you. Now, I know that during this process of me creating my YouTube channel and growing it, and me pursuing my acting career, I have definitely had bouts of depression and just trying to get through the fog of not understanding what direction I should go into, feeling the disappointment of not reaching milestones that I had set for myself, and just trying to figure out like why I wasn't worthy of seeing the fruits of my labor like everybody else. Well, let me tell you, I didn't know it then, but I'm glad I know it now. There are professional licensed therapists that are here to help you with your needs, okay? So BetterHelp will assess your needs, and they'll match you with your own licensed professional therapist, and you can start communicating in under 48 hours. This is not a crisis line. It's not self-help. It's professional counseling done in securely online. There's a broad range of expertise available, which may not be locally available in many areas. The service is available for clients worldwide. You can log into your account anytime and send a message to your counselor. You'll get timely and thoughtful responses, plus you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions so that you won't ever have to sit in an uncomfortable waiting room as with traditional therapy. BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches so they can make it easy and free to change counselors if needed. It's more affordable than traditional offline counseling, and financial aid is available. BetterHelp wants you to start living a happier life today. Visit betterhelp.com/argue. That's better, HELP, and join the over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional. In fact, so many people have been using BetterHelp that they are recruiting additional counselors in all 50 states. This podcast,
this one,
is sponsored by BetterHelp. And is this going to cause an argument? Listeners, get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/argue. Okay, guys. So vlogging is what we did, and that's when I started to meet black creators, because I was in a world of everybody was white. White. I didn't realize there was a whole, I don't want to say subgroup, because we're not a subgroup, we are a group. There was a whole sector, I should say, of black creators that were vloggers, that were creating content. And that's when I started seeing more people doing content with their spouses. So then I had to slowly and surely try to drag your butt into creating content.
It wasn't until Angel tried this for, I ain't gonna say years, but it wasn't years. Get out of here. Because we even started the podcast.
The podcast didn't start until the twins were born.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, it wasn't until Gabe and Babe came out here, and Angel had already met them.
Gabe and Chad.
I'm sorry, yeah, Gabe and Babe. Gabe and Chad. He's Babe. I call him Babe when we talk. No, Angel had met him a year prior, and then they came out to visit again. And Angel, when she met him, she was like, "Oh, met this couple. They do vlogging. They do what I'm trying to do. You need to meet them. You know, they seem really nice and whatever." So anyway, they ended up coming out to California, and we went out to grab lunch and everything, and we hit it off. Like, they mad cool. And so I was sitting there listening. Chad was telling me, you know, how he got started and how he got involved and how he quit his job, and like they're living lavishly.
No, I think he was let go of his job.
He was let go, and basically he just started doing that like full time, like just vlogging and everything, and just talking about the business avenues, and he was more so discussing with me like the negotiation factor when they get like brand deals and stuff. But then as he was talking, that's when I understood, like, no, they've made a complete business out of this. So when we were riding home, I was just like, all right, I get it.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I get it. All right.
But even he got a nugget of I get it, but you weren't fully on board. Like, you were willing to vlog, but he wasn't willing to be like, and he would be like, when are we gonna see, like,
I like results.
When are we gonna see the results? And I'm like, we have to be consistent. Yeah. We will not see anything.
We've been doing this 3 weeks. What more? How much more consistency do you need? Huh? All right, 2 months, 6 months. We done been consistent. This thing ain't working.
That was, and we were never consistent for 2 months straight.
All right. Well, I was, from what I was bringing to the table. I was consistent. All right.
Whatever. And then it also didn't help because Gabe and Chad were an interracial couple. I was like, is it because we both black? Like, what is this? We can go
get some other people bring into this thing.
I was like, where are the both people are black creators? And I was having a struggle, like,
ain't none.
I was like, okay, there's mahogany curls. But I was like, it's because she doing hair tutorials. Y'all should have seen me trying to figure out if I wanted to do hair tutorials. And I was like, girl, you do not like doing your hair that much to be sitting here and then having to cut the footage because you didn't have to shoot for 3 hours to get one hairdo. It was, my God, so frustrating. I would say, when would you say that you fully sold out for real?
It was November 23rd, 2020. Nah, I'm just playing. No, it wasn't either. I can't say exactly when that time was. However, it was because I realized, all right, Angel's on to something. We need to boost this whole career. We're trying to push this thing forward. But I just did not know what to do other than be consistent. All right, we doing these vlogs. Angel's doing the vlogs. I'm chiming in every now and then doing these vlogs. But it was more so of me. I really can't say right now.
What you mean?
You said when I was fully on board. It's really hard to say because
had a bout of depression. I feel like after that,
it was a bout of depression. It was looking at for one, starting to see. Once I started diving into it more and more, I was able to see what people have done and what they've been through and how they got to the point that they were. Because right now we were seeing everybody in that moment. And I'm just like, all right, what are they doing? Oh, this is what they're doing? Well, we're doing that. And we're still not in that moment. Angel, you've been doing this for how many years? They've been doing it for 16 weeks. And they got 19 million subscribers. You stuck at 38. Apparently this ain't for us. And so, but I was even after I came on board of this is what I need to do to help Angel push the channel forward. It was still hard for me to see. So like exactly when I was like 100% on like, all right, this is it. I really can't say because it was like such a gradual turn. But I did go from me like, all right, what she's doing is stupid, but I'm gonna support it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I feel like it's stupid, but I'm gonna support it.
There was a lot of that.
And then it was even like, and I know it was even more frustrating on Angel's part because her trying to do it and then not fully being sold to it because it's taking so long. Mm-hmm. You know, but hey, I probably brought us like 20,000, 30,000 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? The twin video.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying? I did my part, so I want a little bit of congratulations too.
But you didn't do
You
didn't do your part so much willingly. It was like, oh, I'm going to capture this.
It was willingly because I went from not wanting to be on camera at all. Even one of them anniversary was on and you was vlogging. Mm-hmm. And I was just sitting there and she was like trying to talk to me. I'm like, get that camera out of my face.
And what I mean by willingly, it wasn't like you were like, okay, get my reaction willingly.
Yeah, because I don't do that. That's why I did so good because that's my natural reaction. It ain't set up like,
no.
All right. No. No, it ain't. But I know what you're saying, but it ain't set up like, all right, let me record. Okay, here's the results. I've been like, no, just do it as it naturally comes, and that's what I do. Okay,
no,
man.
That's
what I do, man.
What I'm saying.
Hey.
You're still not understanding what I'm saying.
Me, that's who.
You weren't seeing what was content ahead of time. Like it would just be like, I'm just gonna see the ultrasound. Why we gotta record this? They had cereal.
All right.
So we ordering brunch real quick. But I was like, I don't care how he responds. I am still going to record this because it could be potentially content that we're not going to recreate.
Yeah.
You are now at the point of where you're like, oh, this could be content. Let me record it just in case I am correct because we can't recreate the moment.
Let me record all this talent and genius that this boy spews out.
And let me tell you, that was what was really frustrating is that when he would show up and be willing, people would be like, we want to see more Marcus. And I wanted to be like, y'all want to give me a goddamn aneurysm because getting him to be that way that you all are enjoying is like waiting for a lunar eclipse. Sir?
Kiss my ass. Angel,
pull it out and I will.
Here's the thing with Angel. I heard that so much. It's like we just be around the house. We'd be going somewhere doing something, and she'd just be like, "This is what you need to say on camera." And I'm like, God. But it's just natural. If you want me to say that on camera, you just need to leave the camera recording all the time. Because it's like just because you hit the on button and press record, I ain't gonna turn into, all right, here we go.
Now you do. Yes, you do.
I do.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't what? No, I just don't be cold. I'm more open but I ain't like, let me perform.
It's not
Here we
that
go.
you, but no, that's how you saw it, but that's not what it was. That's not what I was asking for you to do. I was asking for you not to decide I was asking you to be a version of yourself when the camera is on. Just so that people aren't wasting their time watching you.
That's the best thing
be an ass to them. No. Because he's thinking, I'm like, hello, my baby, hello.
Well,
and
you should have went to
I'm not.
BetterHelp and figured out how to word that to me, because you were just like, Marcus. This is what Angel would do. She still does it sometimes. She'll just turn on the camera and she'll just be eating or something. She'll be like, so how was your day? And she'll literally just hold the camera facing me while she eats and does other stuff.
You know why?
And every time I'm like, get the camera off me.
You know why? Because I would have asked him, hey, did you vlog at all this week? I left the camera here.
Yeah.
I was going to take it when I went to the such and such.
So the next time y'all watch a vlog and I'm just sitting on the other side of the room staring at the camera, that's because she's just holding the camera on.
No,
she finally stopped doing it.
Let me tell you, the reason why is because you wanted to be more part of the brand. We were trying to create your brand. So I'm like, I got to get you on camera so people can start to get to know me.
But what you are still discovering is my part of the brand, and me being a part of the brand is not me. Hey, this is what we're doing. Is me more demonstrating. That's why Tank Talks was a thing. That's why me explaining things was a thing.
It's not just you demonstrating. That's a lie. You're putting a very narrow, small perimeter around yourself. Quit looking at that
one
pimple.
Around me. I can't stop this looking at me. Something there staring at me. You think I ain't gonna stare back at it?
Listen to you right now.
Breathing.
This is what people enjoy. This is not you demonstrating. This is you having a conversation.
You always got to be right. That's the problem. That's the problem. Let me tell you something.
People love this part. I'm sure.
I'm just gonna get her a burrito. She want a burrito? Yeah.
So I don't know for those of you all who didn't know, my mother's in town.
She just got here.
I was going to surprise them later. Well.
We'll cut it out.
Surprise. Anyway,
I could have been sending her food where she's at.
Really? Anyway, Marcus, you get on my nerves. We'll continue this conversation next week on Is This Going to Cause an Argument? Special thank you, because I got to actually start shooting rose pricks right after this. So if you didn't know, I have another.
Y'all. See, y'all my priority, all right? I was going to do this until I got to get to work. But Angel over here,
they also get a lot of them watch Rose Pricks content, so thank you very much. Rose Pricks is another podcast that I host, so you all can enjoy that this week as well. Anyways, if you want to join our Patreon, feel free to go to www.patreon.com/ThatChickAngel. The low of $5 a month, that's 16 cents a day. Make sure you check out our sponsors, Kencko, Apostrophe, and BetterHelp. When you support our sponsors, you support this podcast. And we'll talk to you guys soon.
Yeah.
Patreon, we're going to be celebrating here soon for all these milestones. So be on the lookout for announcements on Patreon and in the Discord. Until next time, you guys be blessed. Bye.
Y'all have a good one, fam.